Hi, my name's Will Reynolds. I'm the Director of Sales for Medworks.
And I'm Lindsay Reynolds, Will's wife.
We just got back from an amazing trip out to the Pacific Northwest where we established 2 new territories. We took our 3 kids, we drove there and drove back, and we'd love to tell you about it. It was a really cool experience just to be the 5 of us and for 2 months just like kind of going out west. Like, hey man, can you believe that people did this like 100 years ago in horse and buggy? So
we were on some of those trails for sure. I'm gonna start with my youngest, Ruby. She's a doll. She is 6 years old. And then my next daughter is beautiful and intelligent and just, there's nothing that slips by her, and she's Andy Kate, and she's 9. And then my son is 11, and he is just mild-mannered and a sweet presence to have in any setting and just very easy to get along with. And my oldest is 41, and we're still working on it.
And I have 2 kids she doesn't know about.
Yeah, so there's that. They live in Charlottesville. He tells me all the time. Those first couple of days were enough to make me U-turn in the car, but we didn't. We persevered. So we had 14 to 16-hour days for 3 days, all while schooling, calling, working, driving, mapping, barfing, hot spotting.
Our girls get car sick.
Very car sick. So
we have barf bags though.
Yeah, we did. They were used.
On the way out there, I wanted to teach my kids how to read a map, so
that was important to you.
Yeah, so we mapped out the whole trip. We would just have like a meeting every.
They were called map meetings.
Yeah, they were.
So, but your first one started
like morning calls. Like it's like our morning call.
Oh boy, yes, we had those too.
So we have a Sequoia, and we gave the girls the front seats, and then Rowan had a seat, and then we put down like the 2 seats, and then we had a car top carrier, and that's all the room we had. It was challenging.
It was a spatial.
Rowan, I can remember this time we're driving to Grand Junction, we're almost there, and we had the Christmas gifts hidden, you know, because Santa Claus uses certain wrapping paper, so we had them hidden in this thing, and it was like, it was on the cooler, and Rowan, it kept falling on Rowan. He got a bloody nose. He's sitting there, he keeps like, he's trying to stop the bloody nose. It keeps
and he's so
falling on him.
That he would only complain like every 9th time. He's like, hey guys, just, can you let me know when you're gonna turn? He needed a helmet. And finally, it just got so bad that he was like, Dad, just pull over. So the kids have a little bit of anxiety around stopping for gas in like the car, because like wrappers, crumbs, trash send Will through the roof. If the pillows are on the floor, Will just turns purple. And if the shoes are not on and the shoelaces are not tied and everyone doesn't have their mask on and you have all your trash, by the time you open the door, there just isn't a reason for that not to happen.
But like, a pillow on the floor, you have shoes, you go into the bathroom.
We're living.
People pee on the bathroom floors, right? And then they go in the car and you have their
jacket
pillow
and the
on.
Pillow does get on the floor. It does. It's just an unrealistic
gross
expectation. So it's still, like, if we did this trip tomorrow, we would still be here with this pillow, shoes, and jackets on the floor.
Pillows go in the car top carrier. Or they can't get up.
We spent Thanksgiving in McCall, Idaho, which was a town that Will had visited previously, like 20 years ago, before we had met, and that was one of his most favorite special towns, so we weren't too far from there, so he said, would it be okay if we just found a small little place there, since it's just gonna be us, and celebrate Thanksgiving there.
We took pictures of every state we crossed into, so we had the state sign, and we're crossing the Snake River, which we know now divides
Idaho and Oregon.
Oregon, like that's the natural border.
But we did not know that.
We did not know that, and we cross into Oregon. And I'm like, oh man, is this right? So we thought we were really lost, but we were not. I got to give it to Lindsay. I get up early. Everybody knows that, but I feel like she got up at like 3:50 every day and got like breakfast going, got coffee going. Then I would get up at like 4:30 and then with the kids. And,
See, 4 kids, waking
but-
everybody up. We had all 3 kids on Zoom. Will was on work calls, sometimes on Zoom calls, and I was just quiet because I just needed to be of availability to anybody that needed. Everybody had to be on by 7:55, so that was 4:55 our time. So Will was already working at 4:30 because obviously East was up and running at that point, so he could kind of tap into wherever that day and morning was.
And then we'd eat dinner.
And we would eat dinner mostly around the 4:30 time because that was 7:30 East Coast time, and that 3:50 alarm's coming, can't stop time. So it just was there's not a lot of room for error. So that endurance and that everyday pace, and just you had to stay on the time marker.
But we surprised the kids. We told them that we had to drive like 9 hours each day for that. And then
Next
we
3
got to Grand
days,
Junction,
and then-
Colorado, and we're unpacking, and my nieces come walking around.
So that was so
Yeah,
fun
that was special.
because they hadn't seen anybody in so long, and it was family. So there was just a huge, like, over the top excitement. So then when we got to Steamboat, though, for Christmas, the kids were able to ski. The ski lifts were open. They went to ski school, and they were able to go snowmobiling, and it
that was
snowed.
fun.
And so that part that was the reward to me, were those 4 days that we got in Colorado, because that was when the alarm didn't go off anymore. This was not a vacation because there was so much that had to be done work-wise and school-wise. So that mindset, we were not at home, but we weren't on vacation, and there was purpose. So that growth expanded the kids.
And then Rowan physically grew a lot.
Yes.
His clothes that we
That
bought right before we went out did
happened.
not fit him when he got back.
We got him winter clothes to go there, and we came home and they were above his ankles. So he grew. Lots of long moments together. We got to know each other in a way that I don't think we really knew each other before.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're branded Medworks. We've got grit.